The house that you're now looking at is the home that I was born and raised up in and walked away from with my guitar to get me a job as an entertainer and singing on the radio. I was born up in East Tennessee, about 5 miles from a little town called Sneedville. My dad passed away when I was 4 years old, left my mother and 5 of us kids. Times was really hard back then. My mother cooked over an old wood stove. The only way we had to stay warm is get the old axe and the crosscut saw out and saw us some wood to stay warm by when it got cold weather. We didn't have any chainsaws then. Couldn't afford them. Remember many times having to get out before breakfast before we went to school and get the cows in and help my mother milk before going to school. We only got one pair of shoes a year. Went barefooted all summer. When I was getting them cows in, many mornings it was cold. Didn't have any shoes. Just made the old cow get up, stood in the place where she was laying down. The ground was really warm, warmed my feet up. After milk and helped the shores, we'd go to school. We didn't have any trucks or cars. We had to walk to school. All we had around there on the farm was an old sled and a wagon and a good pair of horses. After we'd work around on the farm during the summer and got all of our work caught up, why, I'd help my next door neighbor, Neil Mullins, who was just like a daddy to me. He started me off working with him 50 cents a day, then he finally raised me to $1. One summer I got ahead enough money, I think it's $7 I saved up, bought me a Gene Autry guitar. Well, then I walked about 3 miles on Sundays back in the hills there to a friend named Reuben Gibson, who learned me the chords so I could start singing, picking the guitar. So I did. I sung around home there under the apple trees, sung to people on the side of the road, stopped and listened at us. So one day I got the old guitar, decided I'd go and try to get me a job on the radio. So I put the old guitar on my back, started walking down the road, thumbing a ride. I remember my stepfather saying to me, "Cornbread and beans and taters will bring you back." Well, I picked on the radios, traveled all during the hours of night, and it's been a hard road. But I can say the folks and the people of country music and bluegrass music have been so good to me that with that cornbread and beans and taters, I can throw some ham in there with it, bacon if I want it, pork chops, or add some big old steaks in there with it. And I want to say thanks to the people that has given me a lot of confidence in myself. And we've made this videotape for you of the home that I now live in beautiful Hermitage Hills, Tennessee. Just 10 minutes from downtown Nashville and about 10 minutes from the Opryland, USA, and home of the Grand Ole Opry. And rock throwing distance from the late President Andrew Jackson. I thought you folks would like to see where I live. I enjoy being around here on my farm with my pony mules, Red and Fred, my bangy hens and bangy roosters, waking me up, crowing every morning, and also my good coon dogs and my little beagle hounds. I enjoy around my farm here. And I hope you folks like this videotape. And my thanks to you, the people, have stuck behind me and helped me as a little old country boy, plowing corn for $1 a day. And now living here in Hermitage Hills, I wanted you to see where I live. Many thanks again to a dear friend out of Bristol, Tennessee, who thought enough of me and had enough of courage to come down here and film this. Thanks to you, Joe Morrell. Thanks to you, Joe, and all the friends. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy this videotape we've made for you.
Here are some of the awards that Jimmy has received in country and bluegrass music over the years. Here is an award presented to Jimmy by the mayor of Nashville, Tennessee. Here is the gold album that Jimmy received for his million seller, Will the Circle Be Unbroken?